The Keyhawks open up the season with a 52-29 win over Tripola last week as they get set for week number 2 and hosting Easton Valley this week. Head coach Chad Winter is joining us. Coach, what were your main takeaways from week 1?
Um, Thought we started the game really, really well. Executed at a high level on both sides of the ball. Jumped out to a big lead at the end of the first quarter. We're up 30-0, and then 36-8. Did some really good things and kind of went into coast mode, and we're up and down after that, which is going to be kind of a sign of team that has a bunch of guys playing big snap numbers for the first time, both sides of the ball, guys that were just special teams players last year, just one side of the ball, and all of a sudden now you're playing big snaps both ways, and all of a sudden you lose focus and can give up a big play in a heartbeat. So some things that we got to get cleaned up, but all in all, a good start to the season.
And what I know, week 1 to week 2, you always want to make that big improvement. What tops that improve list heading into week number 2?
Just looking for consistency. We saw some really good things out of a bunch of players. And then you go forward 3 snaps and you'd be like, we just did this at a really high level 2, 3 snaps ago, and then we didn't execute it the way we needed to, whether it was gap integrity, just steps on their initial blocks, maintaining blocks. So just looking for high level of consistency from multiple kids.
And offensively, you mentioned 30 early points, 52 overall, and seemingly you had a pretty decent balance between the run and the pass game. How would you grade out your offense from week number 1?
I thought we did a good job. We had multiple guys carry the ball for us, able to stay a little bit more balanced than what we did at times last year. Uh, Probably didn't throw the ball as many times, but we were very efficient when we did do it, and actually left a handful of pretty decent sized chunks on the field, either through us not completing the pass, just missing, or um, had three passes get called back for penalties as well. So.
And on the defensive side of the ball, I know you're looking for a little bit more consistently, but seemingly you made a decent amount of plays with some tackles and tackles for a loss and some sacks last week. Looking at the stat sheet, how would that side of the ball grade out?
I I would say you're right in there. The consistency part that I'm talking about is mostly defense. We got caught not filling some backside gaps or front side gaps by going under blocks instead of staying in our lane, and all of a sudden they catch you and crease you, and 55 yards later, kids going in the end zone for a touchdown. It Not only that, a couple penalties, extended drives for them. That's just stuff that you got to get cleaned up as you move forward. The penalties, the jumping off sides on third and 3, you just can't have that type of stuff.
And this week, a Thursday night game as compared to a Friday night game. How do you manage the week of prep with one less day to prepare?
Um, Actually, kids came in Saturday morning. Not a big fan of doing that, especially on a holiday weekend. They Majority of them showed up. It was completely optional for them, but we had great attendance with Easton Valley playing Thursday night last week as well. They're already had their huddle tape shared with the kids, so we were able to kind of show them what we're looking at, getting a jump start for Monday, adjust practice schedule a little bit in regards to how we typically do things. Little less reps, have to be locked in a little bit better. I thought we've had a pretty solid first couple days with that.
And Easton Valley, the team, they ended up with a big time win over Winfield Mount Union in week number 1. On this side of the state in 8-man football, they've been one of the top teams for quite some time right now. What are you expecting out of this year's edition of the Riverhawks?
They're explosive. I mean, they've got some athletes at all levels, all positions. Returning quarterback that has thrown for a lot of yards, 1,000 yard returning receiver. They get the ball in their playmakers' hands. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, all of a sudden you're turning around and chasing a guy 50 yards that's running into the end zone. They can run the ball, they can throw the ball. They Winfield Mount Union is not a bad team, and they played extremely well to start the season off last week. They did some pretty impressive things. They've done very, very well. We haven't had them in our district the last couple of years, but going back to the time before that, we had some pretty good battles with them, and they were heartbreaking stop away from a state championship game not too long ago. State championship, actually, in the state championship game.
Great, Coach. Big challenge coming up this week, but big opportunity as well. Keep kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Sounds good, Darren. Thanks.
Chad Winters, head coach of Key High and Easton Valley, Thursday night.